Hello! Welcome to Insert Game. I'm a little late to the party, but better late than never. I recently picked this up for a really good price, and the only reason I got it was because it was such a good price. I'm really not interested in strictly digital console. I still like to use my physical media if I can. But again, such a good price. It was really hard to pass up. I kept trying to put it off, but in the back of my mind it's like, you really should probably pick that up, and that kind of won out, so here it is. Now I know a lot of people have already looked at this and know what this is, but we're going to take a quick look at it on my channel here for the few people who may not have seen this, or maybe a few people who want to see it again. So we'll open it up, take a look at it. Now if you're not sure what this is, or maybe just a quick refresher, this is the Xbox Series S. It's the latest console from Microsoft in their series of consoles, which in the series they have two. So not really a big series, but anyway. They also have their Series X, which is the top model. This one here is the cut down model. The top model has more power, more memory, and it has its own disk drive. Or this here is cut down in power, but still will run the latest games, just not as full quality as you'd get with an X. And it has no disk drive. It is purely digital. So downloads only is all you can really do with this guy at the moment. Now, a lot of you probably know, who are into the Xbox ecosystem, that there is also another option for this here, and that is actually the Game Pass, where you pay a little bit every month and you have access to hundreds of games you can play using that service. Think of Netflix, but for games. So that's really, I think, the idea behind this one here is more for that purpose than really trying to build up a digital library of your own. I think really they want you to use the Game Pass with this guy. Now, as I've already said, I did pick this up secondhand, so this has already been unboxed, but I put it back in the package and kind of give an idea of what you might get when you open one of these up. Top dead center, star of the show, the console itself. Here is the S. Now, I've heard people refer to this as like a drive-through speaker kind of deal, but I like it. I think it looks really good. Styling's really nice. It has lots of ports on it. So we'll take a look at this in a minute. But I really do like the style of this, and I like the form factor. It's quite small, but it's heavy. So let's set this aside for a moment and we will continue on. Console's not much good unless you have something to hook it up with, so let's take a look here. Inside here we have the controller. A little bit of a redesign over the Xbox One controller, but very similar. It's got more of a shield here than just a directional pad. Yeah, and I think it's mostly quite the same, but, well, looks quite the same, but there is a little bit of a different tech inside, but very close. It's a really nice controller to hold. The Xbox One controller was really nice, so they didn't really mess around with that too much, but just kind of updated it. So yeah, really nice controller. And right here we have our hookups, our power, our video cables. Just your normal type cables. Nothing too special there. And that's pretty much your lot. So let's take a closer look at some of this stuff here. We'll just move this out of the way. Let's take a look at the main star of the show here. Now here's your power button. Here's your sync button to synchronize your controller. And a USB port. Some ventilation along the side. In the back here we have our power. Here is a storage expansion. So they do offer their own kind of storage card. So that's kind of interesting. That card itself, is usually half the cost of the console itself. But, you know, hopefully it'll come down in price at some point. It's your HDMI out, a couple more USB ports, and you can hook this up through your Ethernet if you like to. Instead of going wireless, you can actually plug that into your network directly, which is nice. And then just more ventilation along the side, and on the top you got a big fan inside here. Keep everything nice and cool. So yeah, I really like the look of this. Looks good standing this way, and looks pretty good sitting down this way. So I'm quite happy with picking this up, even though I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it yet. Again, I do like my physical media, so not really heavy in purchasing downloaded content so much, but I might get into that. We'll just have to wait and see how this all works out. But for the price I paid for it, it's really not going to be a big deal if this thing sits around for a while anyway. Pretty much got a new controller out of it, so I'm happy with that. So yeah. Anyway, newest addition to my console collection. I'm quite happy with it. I hope you enjoyed looking at this, and thanks for watching.